So if you're wondering why my hat is so awesome today, it's because it's really cold outside. And I'm gonna try to get some kind of unique shots at Palouse Falls. That's the big giant waterfall that's not too far from me. It's kind of my backyard area. And with all this snow and frost, and it's been down around 20 degrees or so everything should be nice and frozen. We're gonna head out there and try to make something original. And I better bundle up. So, it's a nice brisk day here in Eastern Washington, and Palouse Falls it's cool any time of year, but it's exceptionally cool when it's all froze over like it is right now. We're gonna see what it's looking like and try not to fall off any cliffs. It's cold, by the way. So, the scary part of this is walking in the snow right next to like a 400-foot fall. It's a little scary, but check out the view. How cool is that? All that ice building up around the bowl is pretty amazing. The only thing that could make this any cooler is a little bit of light, which we're definitely not gonna get. We have a big storm rolling in. We're supposed to get like another 6 inches of snow today. So we're trying to get a couple shots before the clouds and the snow come. Well, the clouds are already here, but before we get all snowed out. So I'm gonna wander around, see if I can find a composition that I haven't shot to death. So we're down here at the usual spot. It's like this one spot that everybody always shoots from. I gotta do it too. I'm gonna get this shot and then I'm gonna wander around and try to do something different. I think one of the things I wanna do is get a shot from a little further back and kind of have me standing here all majestic like on the cliff. I think it'll contrast well because I'm in all black. It's a really bright scene behind me. Gotta do the adventure selfie every now and then. Makes a great Facebook cover photo or something. I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna get set up. So being close to edges like this, it's actually really handy to have a tall tripod. And tall is what this particular tripod is really good at. This is the Really Right Stuff 34L, and L stands for long. Right now I've only got 2 of them extended, but this thing will go that high, crazy high. And it's nice when you're close to edges because the taller you are, you don't have to get quite as close to the edge. One of the things I'm doing is because I know I'm gonna be tempted to shoot a panorama, I'm getting my tripod legs level before I even get set up. That way I'm all set up to do a panorama. This place really lends itself well to a panorama because it's so wide that even if you do get it all in one shot, it's gonna be so distorted. It's gonna have that wide angle distortion that it just looks better if you shoot it in a panorama, even if you crop it down to the same dimensions. So I got my legs leveled here. You can see my little ball, my little bubble level here, all leveled here. Now the next thing I'm gonna do, start getting my settings, go down to ISO 100. We'll start off at like F13. Actually, we'll go F11. Everything's pretty far away. And then when you're gonna shoot a panorama, what you wanna make sure of is that right in the center of your composition, which will be about this way, I want to make sure that I'm nice and level here. So I'm gonna get this leveled And most cameras these days have the built-in level like this. And that's going to allow me to, because I'm level here, and because I'm level here in the center of my frame, as I pan, it should stay pretty close to level all the way across. It's close. It's close enough for Nick. Nick isn't too picky, but as long as it's close, it's not going to be all bent and weird. And if you have a very clear horizon level, like shooting at the ocean, it's really important to do this because you don't want that horizon to get wavy and bowed. Then that's just more work later on. So I'm going to get leveled here in the center of my composition, and then I'm going to start shooting frames all the way across. It's a really flat scene today, which is nice. I don't have to bracket this. Sky is the same brightness as the foreground. So I'm just going to go through. I'm picking my aperture based on how much depth of field I want and what apertures are sharpest. So I know on this particular lens, the sharpest apertures tend to be f8, f11. So basically, I'm going to either use f8 or f11 depending on what I want my shutter speed to be. So having said that, shutter speed. Typically, when you're doing waterfalls or you got water movement, you want to introduce movement, but you still kind of want to blur it out. I've started doing something slightly different with these big waterfalls because I really like how the water is just coming down in curtains. I'm going to use a faster shutter speed to try to maintain some of that texture and curtainy shapes that happen. And hopefully that extra texture will make the waterfall stand out a little bit more and kind of capture how powerful it is. Granted, it's winter flow, so it's not super powerful, but still I think it's cool to maintain some of that texture. So I'm going to try to keep my shutter speed at 1/100th of a second, somewhere in there. So we'll do some shooting, we'll see how it goes. So I think that pano went pretty well. Here's what it looks like once it's all stitched together. You can see that there's just so much less distortion than if I took a horizontal shot that I think it ends up better. So now I'm gonna move around, try to find something different. I think I'm gonna take my adventure selfie now, standing on this little precipice, and we'll do that and then we'll kind of go and hopefully not fall off a cliff. So one of the challenges that I'm having here is getting my camera over the edge enough to have a clear view but still have my base level. I'm on a slope, I've got snow under my feet, and it's death if I go 1 foot that way. So it's a little bit scary, so if I look very timid, that's why, because if I go that way I die. So I don't really want to die, so I'm trying to get my tripod is close to this edge without dying, and then I'm trying to get it level. Landscape photographers are constantly putting ourselves in these situations that are a little bit sketchy just to get the dang shot. So, it's so close. I just want an unobscured view of the falls, and I'm trying to get up nice and tall to do it without my tripod leaning over and falling down and dying. Something like that. It's a very interesting angle. It's a slightly different angle. Basically what I've done is I've walked further along the edge of this bowl around this cliff. And so now we can see definitely down into the canyon. It's just a slightly different angle than most people shoot. Palouse Falls is one of those places where there's one very obvious place to shoot, and everybody loves to shoot from there. But as a local guy, I hate it. I would rather do something new. It gets really old to shoot the place in the same exact spot every single time. So I'm trying to get something different. I also like including some of this foreground cliff with the snow on top of it. I think that gives it a really nice sense of just how snowy it is here. Now I'm going to do several different shutter speeds. I want to shoot it in several different ways and then decide later which water I like the best, basically. I can use whatever water I want. I'm just making sure to shoot with the exact same brightness level, exposure. So what I do is I count my clicks. For example, if I open up my aperture, 1, 2, 3, 4, I opened it up 4 clicks to f5.6. Now I can stop it, I can speed up my shutter speed by that same number of clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'll have the exact same brightness with different settings. And that'll make it easier to stitch together. So basically now I'm going to do the exact same shot, only I'm gonna do a little bit of a pano. That way I can include this ledge right here. You see this ledge right here is kind of cool. So I'm gonna switch over to vertical and do my same pano again this way, but I gotta make sure I get level before I do that.